Welcome to the Mortgage Podcast, where we give tactics, strategies, and inspiration to get you to 10 plus loans per month. We talk a lot about how to make a ton of money in mortgage while also being happy and thriving in your personal life. If you want to be a mortgage millionaire, you're in the right place.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Todd Screamer with another mortgage podcast. Today is simple and exciting because it's going to help you double and triple your income. And the title of this is What I Never Knew About Offshore Assistance. So this all started a while ago, and I was like, hey, of course I knew about offshore assistants or virtual assistants, as some people name them. I remember about 7 years ago, I was in Thailand for a vacation with my brother, and I started talking to the lady that was showing us around Bangkok. And I was like, so how much do people make here? And she's like, about $200 a month. And I was like, no, you mean $200 a day? She said, no, $200 US a month. I was like, are you joking me? So until I was in a place for 7 days that's what people made, I don't know if I really believed it, to be honest, that people actually live on that little. So fast forward, I'm doing all this JOLT coaching, and JOLT is this coaching program where I teach people in 4 months how to do really, really focused and highly leveraged marketing so that they can close another 5, 10, 20 loans a month. So one of my students says, Todd, this database is going to take like literally 80 hours to do. And then all of the social media stuff, it's going to take another 10 hours a week. And I said, yeah, that's a lot. And he's like, I just don't have the time. I said, well, let's do some virtual assistants. So we end up hiring this virtual assistant. And there's 2 of them that work for this, that we hired for this gentleman. And they created a database of our exact target market, 500 of them, for $230. Literally, you're talking about 80 hours of labor. So if he were to do the same database and say pay someone $20 an hour, it costs like almost $20,000 to get the database made. We did it for $200 and something. So what I learned is that the virtual assistant world, it is kind of different. It's kind of scary. But if you can use them and you can do so much stuff with that, like I'll give you another example. We got the database set up, and then I said, well, we want the virtual assistants to friend all those people on social media on all the platforms, and it's a manual process. You got to literally go in there and friend them. And he's like, no problem. I'll have my virtual assistant do it. She'll have it done in 3 weeks, right? So she literally spent 3 weeks every single day going person by person and friending all those people so that they would get his feeds so that we don't have to pay to push feeds to this target market. And that was kind of ingenious. So yeah, it took a few weeks, but it probably saved us about $2,000 a month in spend to push ads to them. So that's another way to use virtual assistants. So I think obviously we're moving into this more global economy where people are, we're leveraging each other in all kinds of ways. This is one that a lot of people still are not using, where there's a lot of benefit to it. And it's one of those things that's like kind of scary. You're like, do I really want to do this? Maybe they need some passwords to get some stuff done. And, there's all this concern about it. If you just delve into it, maybe get some referrals from someone like me or some other friends, and you have a trusted resource where there's whole companies, that's all they do, lots of them. So there's literally thousands of them. And it benefits them. Basically what happens is you have, usually in most VAs, is you have a team, and about half the money you pay them go to the person working on the project, and about half goes to the person that manages them, that owns the company, say in Thailand or India or any other number of countries. And so what happens is that you are supporting their country's base of employment and leveraging their lower labor and doing a ton of stuff that would have taken you on your own months and months to do. They'll get it done in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it's speed to getting things done and also keeping the cost down. I've done some of these studies, and literally to get someone up and running, it can be $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in American dollars. We might spend a couple $1,000s and get it all done through virtual assistants. So that's a big difference. And then what I find is that when people start using them, there's this thing where you keep thinking of more and more things that they can do. And so as you develop more comfort with them and trust, you would think, oh, I'm just going to use them for this project. But almost every person I taught to do this, they end up now stacking projects on them month after month after month. And it becomes like this whole army of people that's working on your behalf to help you get more leads, help you get more income. So it is a form of leverage. It's a form of labor leverage. In this case, we're simply using labor from another country that has a cheaper cost of labor so that we can get things done faster and more inexpensively so that we can win. So I hope this makes sense. It's just an overview on how to use virtual assistants and some of the benefits for doing that. The things that I mentioned that we use them for, and there's several other things, but they're not, virtual assistants can do complicated projects as well, but these are like no-brainer things that we can do that really allow us to grow. So I hope it helps. Maybe send it to a friend that may be in this business or a different business on how to use virtual assistants, because that's how this grows. Thank you guys very much. Hope you appreciated it.